Title: The Hidden Costs of Fashion, Financial Strain and Environmental Impact in Britain's Clothing Consumption. Imagine opening your closet to a mountain of clothes, yet feeling the sting of unpaid credit card bills and the burden of environmental guilt. In Britain, this scenario is not just a personal dilemma, but a societal crisis. The societal and environmental impacts of excessive clothing consumption in Britain. The fashion industry is a significant part of modern life, contributing to economic activity, cultural expression, and individual identity. However, its current trajectory poses serious concerns for both society and the environment. In Britain, the average person spends more than £1,000 annually on new clothes, which equates to about 4% of their income. While this figure may seem moderate, it masks two profoundly troubling trends: the extensive use of credit to fund clothing purchases and the resultant waste generated by this consumption pattern. The financial burden of fashion consumption. Firstly, it is crucial to understand the financial implications of this spending. A significant portion of clothing purchases in Britain is financed through credit cards. With the average British adult owing approximately £670 to credit card companies, it becomes evident that a substantial part of clothing expenditure is not funded by available income, but by borrowed money. This reliance on credit means that people are spending future income on present desires, which can lead to a cycle of debt. When 66% of the average wardrobe budget is effectively borrowed, the risk of financial instability increases. Individuals may find themselves trapped in a situation where they are continuously paying off debt, often incurring high-interest charges, which further exacerbates their financial strain. The allure of fashion, bolstered by relentless advertising and social media influence, compels many to prioritize immediate gratification over long-term financial health. This behavior reflects a deeper societal issue where consumerism is equated with happiness and success. The pressure to keep up with ever-changing fashion trends can drive individuals to make impulsive purchases, disregarding their financial limitations. This not only jeopardizes personal financial well-being, but also contributes to broader economic instability as consumer debt levels rise. The environmental cost of fashion waste. Equally alarming is the environmental impact of this consumption pattern. Britain discards 300,000 tons of clothing annually, most of which ends up in landfill sites. This staggering amount of waste is a direct consequence of the fast fashion industry, which promotes rapid turnover of styles and encourages a throwaway culture. The environmental footprint of discarded clothing is immense. Landfills emit greenhouse gases, notably methane, as organic materials decompose. Additionally, synthetic fibers in clothing, such as polyester, can take hundreds of years to break down, contributing to long-term pollution. The production of new clothing itself is resource-intensive. It involves significant water usage, energy consumption, and the release of harmful chemicals. For example, the cotton industry is notorious for its heavy pesticide use and water consumption, with estimates suggesting that producing a single cotton t-shirt requires over 2,700 liters of water. The dyeing and finishing processes for textiles also release toxic substances into water bodies, affecting ecosystems and human health. Therefore, the environmental damage extends beyond waste disposal to the entire life cycle of clothing, from production to end-of-life disposal. The social responsibility and sustainable alternatives. Addressing these issues requires a multifaceted approach that involves individuals, industries, and policymakers. As consumers, there is a responsibility to make more informed and sustainable choices. This can include prioritizing quality over quantity, opting for clothing made from sustainable materials, and supporting brands with ethical practices. Moreover, adopting a mindset of valuing longevity over transient fashion trends can significantly reduce the impulse to constantly buy new clothes. Industries must also play a crucial role in mitigating these impacts. The fashion sector can invest in sustainable practices, such as using eco-friendly materials, reducing water and energy consumption, and implementing recycling programs. Companies can also promote transparency in their supply chains, ensuring fair labor practices and minimizing environmental harm. By shifting towards a circular economy model, Where products are designed for reuse and recycling, the fashion industry can drastically reduce its ecological footprint. Policymakers can facilitate this transition by implementing regulations that encourage sustainable practices and penalize excessive waste. Initiatives such as Extended Producer Responsibility, EPR, where manufacturers are accountable for the entire life cycle of their products, can incentivize companies to design for durability and recyclability. Additionally, public awareness campaigns can educate consumers about the environmental and financial impacts of their purchasing decisions, fostering a culture of conscious consumption. Conclusion. In conclusion, the seemingly innocuous statistic of spending £1,000 annually on new clothes reveals deeper issues of financial imprudence and environmental degradation. The reliance on credit to fund clothing purchases underscores a broader societal trend of living beyond one's means, while the resultant waste from fast fashion contributes significantly to environmental pollution. To address these challenges, it is imperative to adopt more sustainable consumption practices, promote ethical industry standards, and implement supportive policies. By doing so, society can move towards a more balanced and responsible approach to fashion, one that respects both financial health and environmental integrity. This is merely a sample of material for learning English. Thank you for watching. Summary. In Britain, the average individual spends over £1,000 annually on new clothes, accounting for about 4% of their income. This figure, however, conceals two critical issues: heavy reliance on credit and significant waste. With £670 in average credit card debt per adult, much of the clothing expenditure is financed by borrowed money, leading to potential financial instability. Concurrently, the nation discards 300,000 tons of clothing each year, predominantly ending up in landfills and causing severe environmental harm. Addressing these issues requires a collective effort towards sustainable consumption, ethical industry practices, and supportive policies, fostering a more responsible and balanced approach to fashion. Here are 20 keywords along with their definitions. 1. Fashion industry, sector encompassing the design, manufacturing, marketing, and sale of clothing and accessories. 2. Consumerism, the cultural orientation that encourages the acquisition of goods and services in ever-increasing amounts. 3. Sustainability, the practice of maintaining processes in ways that avoid the depletion of natural resources, ensuring long-term ecological balance. 4. Fast fashion, trendy clothing produced quickly and cheaply by retailers to meet consumer demand for the latest styles. 5. Credit card debt, the amount of money owed to credit card companies, often associated with high interest rates. 6. Landfill, a site for the disposal of waste materials by burial, which can lead to environmental pollution. 7. Environmental footprint, the impact of human activities on the environment, including the amount of natural resources consumed and waste produced. 8. Impulse purchases, buying items on a whim without prior planning or consideration of the necessity. 9. Financial instability, the state of having unreliable or insufficient financial resources, often due to excessive debt. 10. Throwaway culture, a society characterized by excessive production and disposal of short-lived or disposable items. 11. Sustainable materials, resources used in production that are environmentally friendly and can be replenished naturally. 12. Circular economy, an economic system aimed at eliminating waste and the continual use of resources through recycling and reuse. 13. Extended Producer Responsibility, EPR, policies that hold manufacturers accountable for the entire life cycle of their products, particularly disposal and recycling. 14. Eco-friendly practices, methods and behaviors that minimize environmental harm and promote sustainability. 15. Ethical practices, standards that ensure fairness, transparency, and respect for people and the planet in business operations. 16. Water consumption, the amount of water used in the production processes, particularly significant in industries like fashion. 17. Toxic substances, harmful chemicals released into the environment during manufacturing processes. 18. Public awareness campaigns, initiatives aimed at educating and informing the public about specific issues, promoting behavioral change. 19. Conscious consumption, making purchasing decisions that consider the broader impact on society and the environment. 20. Wardrobe budget, the portion of an individual's income allocated for purchasing clothing and accessories.
Thank you for watching. This is a VTP channel. You can find us at youtube.com/VTP.